Kucelwa amalungu omkhonto wesizwe ukuthi aze angalinge edidobala njengoba uRamaphosa esesayinde i-Land Expropriation Bill. Ngoba bayamsola vele uRamaphosa ukuthi uthunywa abelungu ukuthi ahambe yokhohlisa abantu abamnyama. Ngokuthi ethi umhlaba uzowuthatha. Uthi kungani kanti uRamaphosa ezezokhuluma ngomhlaba namhlanje kubeni uJacob Zuma kade wayiqalile ukuyikhuluma le ndaba.
Ngaza kwethu inkunzi isematholeni. Inkunzi iseqembeni elishasha. Ngiyanicela ke Ningizimu Afrika nize ningadideke. Nize ningadidwa ubala bafana. Ningadidwa ubala ngoba nje sebaqala nje ukubaxabanisa lapha eParliament ethi yena ufuna ukuthatha umhlaba. Muphi yena umhlaba afuna ukuthatha? Lo abanabukeli jika bathi hambe bakhohlisa abantu abamnyama. Lalelani. Uma nike navuma ukukhohliswa kuloko. Niqedile nganza kwethu. Niqedile impela niqedile umhlaba oyihlo omkhulu. Uma nike navuma ukudlalwa yile ndoda le yejinayo. Ngoba lapha sebemthumile nganza ukuthi akagijime azokhuluma ngendaba yomhlaba ngoba bayabona ukuthi izwe selimapetwana, izwe selihambile, akusekho onyazo beyakulungisa. So uyindlela yokuthi ukhohliswe nini abantu base South Africa ukuthi athi umhlaba uzowuthatha. Why ezokhuluma ngomhlaba namhlanje? Okay, ake bhekani lento lena. Ubaba uNxamalala wakhuluma ngomhlaba, wakhuluma nge-education ukuthi izikolo azingakhokhi, ayingane ayifunde mahala, wazama ukulungisa iCountry, ebisa back iCountry, enze kahle yonke leminye iminyaka president. Uthena mayiqala ukufaka indaba ukuthi okay sengiqedile kulolu hambo, so kumele manje ngidile nalolu hambo lwe land without compensation. Benzani? Bamkhipha kanza kwethu. uRamaphosa uyikhulumile lento, why bengamkhiphi? Lalelani, inkunzi isematholeni bafana. Ngiyathanda nithande. Nayi le video ngifuna niyilalele kahle. Le video le inenkulumo yokuthi sebefuna ukuhlakaza uJenayu ngoba lo abamthumile akenzwe lutho nganza kwethu. Ngeke iphume iDA lapha. Uyikhohlisa abantu thina how manje sebeyaxabana ukuthi siqhubene ANC babamkhulu. Ayisekho iANC, bayiqedile. Hlalani nibone, khohlisekani nibone. Nalamalunga ahamba athengelwe izikipa zomkhonto wesizwe agqokiswa abuya agonyuliswa lapha endaweni yaseMgungundlovu kanjalo. Bese kuthwana kunamalunga aphumile emkhontweni wesizwe. Asinazi iphuphula eqembini. Sinabantu aba well focused, sinabantu abasebefaka ama hot clubs, bafuna ukubona idestination yengane zabo. Ube sokungidumaza ke kulabo bangafuni ukubona ukuthi izingane zabo lapha indlela eziphila ngayo ziphila kabuhlungu. Ngithi kini uma usekhona nisakukhotha ku-ANC, qedani nganza ukuthi akusekho uzolunga. Nalokho kuthiwa kuyadilizwa izitrasha kwenziwe. Lalelani, Mr. Lusufi bafuna wena. Angazi nawe uzoyibona nini nomzana ukuthi lento ingawe qobo lwakho. Angeke babaxoshe uDuma noMtolo. Angeke babaxoshe abaningi like KZN. Bafuna wena. So watch your step and watch your ground. Ngiyanicela nganza ukuthi nize ningalingi ukhohliswa. 2026 siuqale manje ngo2025. Nginesifiso sokuthi amalungu esigijima sonke siwela izinkalo siya kwezinye indawo. Ngiyacela nganza ukuthi asiqaleni asigijimeni. Singabe sisama ngoba ukuma kwethu manje yisobe sixobe ngetshe emthondweni. Danki ngiyabonga izulu leso abangasizwe izulu nganza kwethu senocela abanye banitolekele. Ngiyabonga. Danko.
Clause 19 was specifically put in place to deal with situations where disagreements within the coalition arose. Clause 19 codifies the procedure to be followed when differences arise between parties to the Government of National Unity.
Lo Steenhuisen uthi kuyafuneka siphinde siphononongwe ngokutsha isivumelwano sorhulumente obumbano.
Whether the ANC likes it or not, the stability of this government, as well as the security of the President's own position, depends entirely on the relationship between the two largest parties to the Government of National Unity. In keeping with our mature approach to coalition government, the Democratic Alliance is therefore urgently seeking to pursue a reset in this relationship. I yesterday wrote directly to President Ramaphosa to do the following things. To object in the strongest possible terms to the fact that he simply signed the Expropriation Act this week in contravention of a clear legal opinion and concerns submitted by the Minister of Public Works that the Act is in fact unconstitutional and could quite easily be remedied by sending it back to Parliament.
Ukandi iDA ithi iza kulwa kuqhumuthuli ukulwa nalomthetho wokuthathwa komhlaba ngaphandle kwembuyekezo.
Kuthe kusenjalo-ke kwaba nombuzo ababuza amalungu omkhonto wesizwe ukuthi kungani amalungu omkhonto wesizwe arejecta ukusayinwa kwe-expropriation bill.
Ramaphosa signed the expropriation bill into a law, okay? And there's been rejections from quite a number of groups. But those rejections are for different reasons, right? You've got your right-wing racist anti-black organizations like your DA, the DA Light being the Action SA, and you've got the Front and other groupings that are opposing it for different reasons. But then you've got the progressives, right, who are opposing the signing of this bill into a law for a particular reason that this is a watered down version. This is a watered down version of what expropriation of land without compensation means, right, to the natives, to black people, right, to the black people who are the victims of colonialism in its different forms, right. For us as black people, and here I'm talking about the progressive, like the black people who've got self-love, who understand our struggle. I'm not talking about the sellouts in the Action SA and other clever blacks. But for us who are progressives, we understand that this is a watered down version of what is it that we demand when we say we demand expropriation of land without compensation. Meaning Cyril Ramaphosa and his ANC are hoodwinking us again, right? They're trying to hoodwink us again, right? By signing this bill into a law. And then they're doing so, of course, they believe that majority of the people will hardly go and read, right? What does this bill now signed into a law contains, and then do comparisons, comparisons with what is it that people demanded. Remember during the process that took place in 2018, when there was a public participation, right, where overwhelmingly black people spoke about expropriation of land. And people spoke about expropriation of land dating back to 1652, right? So I've seen Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, they've released a statement rejecting this. I'm not sure whether the EFF has spoken on this, okay? So on this video, I'll be going through the MK Party's statement as they are rejecting this signing into a law of the expropriation bill, right? The statement reads as follows: 23 January 2025, which was yesterday. MK Party rejects the signing of the expropriation bill into law. The Umkhonto Wesizwe Party vehemently rejects the signing of the expropriation bill into law by Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. This legislation, disguised as a solution to South Africa's land question, is nothing but a continuation of injustice and the betrayal of our people's struggles for true land restitution, right? The expropriation bill, by limiting the land restitution to land dispossessed after 19 June 1913, you see what the ANC is doing, Ramaphosa is doing, deliberately entrenches the theft of land that began with the arrival of Jan van Riebeeck on the 6th of April 1952. It ignores the dispossession, violence, and destruction of African livelihoods that occurred even more than 2 centuries before the infamous 1913 Land Act. By excluding the pre-1913 disposition, this bill ensures that the stolen land of our ancestors remains in the hands of colonial beneficiaries, right? Whereas this law puts money into the pockets of land thieves by requiring compensation for land that was violently stolen instead of redressing historical injustices. It protects the interests of the of those who continue to benefit from colonial and apartheid era blunder, right? The MK party categorically rejects this law and its attempts, right? And its attempts to sanitize the theft of our land. Our ancestors' cries for justice cannot be silenced by legislative tricks designed to preserve the status quo. The MK party reaffirms its commitment to genuine land restitution. We will soon submit a private members' bill that seeks to amend Section 25 of the Constitution. Our starting point will be to move the arbitrary cut-off date from 19 June 1913 to 6 April 1652, the day colonial dispossession began with Van Riebeck's arrival. This is the only way to honor the struggles of our freedom, of our forebearers, and begin to dismantle the structural inequalities that persist to this day. We call on progressive forces to reject this law and join us in the fight for true justice. The land was stolen and it must be returned without conditions or compensation. Simple as that. And I totally agree with the Contoisizo Party statement. It's self-explanatory in terms of why they are rejecting it and all of that. And I hope other progressive forces will join in and forget their egos and petty squabbles, that here as black people, you need to unite and defeat what the ANC and Ramaphosa are trying to do here. Right? As I've said, the right-wing and racist organizations are opposing it for different reasons. Right? But for us, we as black people, as progressive black people, say it must go back to the day when the dispossession happened. All right, that's my view, and this is the argument that I'm advancing. I don't know what you guys make of it, and